Today I'm going to be showing you my Trinity build. This build is pretty much it's fully team based. So Trinity, the way she works is always just healing and giving people energy, and that's pretty much all she does. But what I did with this is I made it so that she actually takes off a lot of the enemy's armor, and this is one of the key points with Trinity that makes her really good. So I'm going to show you her build here. What I got running is corrosive projection. This is the only reason why I format was to change the aura. So I changed it from a D slot to the minus sign. So this actually, I like corrosive projection because it's already debuffing 30% of their armor. And then on top of that, Trinity has a baiting link, which reduces their armor by 45% more on top of that. So whenever you're running your 3, this comes into play, and everything that has the link on it, which it links up to 3 targets, those 3 targets are going to be just pretty much out of armor completely, at least by 75%, which is really, really high. So this makes it really awesome because everything that's in the area is eventually going to get the link on them and get killed. So it's really nice. But let me show you the rest of the build. So I'm using redirection for shields. I felt like shields is good enough to have for her. They apparently gave 2 D slots in my thing, so I didn't like that at all. I just didn't want to respec her anymore, so I didn't feel like I needed to put any more forma. But I put redirection in there. I got message for more duration along with continuity, and then I'm using transcendent fortitude and intensify for the strength. So this is just a buffing the amount of armor that it takes off, and also the amount of healing that you do, and so on and so forth. Like, everything is a lot higher, so definitely is worth it to have strength in her build. I'm using prime flow for energy. You don't need any fleeting expertise or any streamlines or anything like that, because her 2 is going to be giving you all the energy back. So I'm running stretch for range, and that's pretty much the build. It's just very simplistic. I made it so that I have a good amount of duration. Efficiency is at just 100%. So if you want to look at the stats here, 152% on duration. I got 100% on efficiency, so I didn't do anything with efficiency at all. Range is at 145, and then strength is at 185. So that's what Transcendent Fortitude and Intensify does. But yeah, that's the build. We're gonna jump into a mission. That way you can kind of see what it's like, and yeah, let's do it. Okay, so I just made it into mod. The best part about Trinity is that you don't have to be using any generic or anything like that, because you have your 2. So if I press 2, you see that's already giving energy back. Oh, and by the way, something I totally forgot to mention is that if you use natural talent, you can actually make the 2 pulse faster. So it'll start going through, through. But I feel like that's kind of unnecessary for the build, because honestly, a lot of times this energy alone is enough. So when you do that, you see that first initial pulse comes out, that gives you a ton of energy back, and then when you kill the target, it gives the same pulse back again. So it's pretty much giving you 2 pulses right there just from doing this and then killing them. See, that's double pulse right there. So I feel like the natural talent doesn't really matter that much, but I mean, it's entirely up to you if you want to put it in the build, but I really don't care for it, honestly. But do you see the baiting link? This is already going on, so it's on the mobs. This is actually also giving you some damage resistance, so it's really good, because along with your 4, which is the heal, it's going to be giving you a lot of damage resistance. So you don't really take that much damage at all, unless you know, you're getting hit by like 20,000 different targets at once, like I just did right there. I got shotgun blast in the face. So the baiting link just like wore off at the worst time ever. So that's pretty much like the main thing you gotta watch out for, is that a baiting link, it doesn't last long enough, and I wish I could put the duration a little bit higher, but it's gonna sacrifice too much. Like if I put what's it called, narrow-minded, or whatever the hell, the one that gives you minus range but plus duration. that one, it just hurts the build so much. So I feel like it's not even worth using. But pretty much this build, I like the way it is. It works great, especially on teams. That's the main reason to use Trinity is on teams. But personally, Trinity isn't my favorite. I would prefer other Warframes to this. Simply because she doesn't have any real offensive abilities, and she doesn't have any crowd control at all, which I feel like is the most important thing, is crowd control. I absolutely love crowd control in this game. That's the thing that kind of reminds me a lot of City of Heroes, because of all the crowd control that's in this game. But yeah, I mean, she does have really good survivability as long as you're always using your 4. You see, if you use your 4, I have Blessing in the top right that just came on. That's giving me 75% to resistance. So along with the 3, it pretty much makes you invincible. As long as you don't get shotgun blast in the face. You see, he's shotgun blasting me in the face. I should be dead like 10 times over, but I didn't. And another thing, they also damage themselves. You see, if I just stand here, then they'll kill themselves eventually with the abating link. Because all the damage that I'm taking, they take. So it's actually really nice because you could just stand around like this, you see, and they'll kill each other. You see, so it's pretty cool. As long as you constantly using your 2, that way you can give yourself energy. You pretty much have like unlimited resources here. So that's why you don't need any efficiency mods. You don't need anything like that because you can just sit here and just kind of take damage all day. See? You just got to make sure you have your buffs up. So the 4 always has to be running, and the 3 always has to be running too. But yeah, that's pretty much the build. I mean, there's really nothing else to explain. The 1 is like pretty much useless. I never use it. What it does is it kind of holds them in place like this, and then you can, anybody that shoots it is getting healed back. So it's kind of like a leech heal thing going on. I really don't care for it at all. I feel like the 4 is a lot more useful, and also the 4, I noticed that it goes by pretty much affinity range. It doesn't have an actual range, so it doesn't tell you what the range is of the power. It just kind of like assumes you know. That's one thing that in Warframe that they just never explained, is like what things do. You have to be Googling things all the time, which is kind of sad, honestly. And a lot of times, a lot of people don't understand how the powers work themselves. So it's just kind of like we're all just experimenting and trying to figure out how this stuff works. But yeah, it seems like the 4 actually works on affinity range, from what I've seen. So there isn't any actual like 30 meters or 40 meters or anything. As long as they're within the affinity range, I think you're good. You'll heal everybody on the team. But yeah, let's get out of this mission. Pretty much, yeah, I can stand on these mobs all day as long as I have the 4 and the 3 running. But as soon as that stuff drops, she turns into like a giant fucking sponge of squishiness. Like it's really terrible. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys just enjoyed the video. Leave a thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you didn't. And I'll see you in the next one. Later.